Hey, you Gen Xers, welcome to the 50s. I know it really sucks, but guess what? You're old. And if you don't believe me, read the comments below. Some of you are just in denial. But today we're going to talk about the number one killer of your time, and that is cardiovascular disease, heart attacks. And why do heart attacks happen? Because you have a buildup of plaque in the arteries going to your heart. And what causes that? What causes that is complex. But that atherosclerosis is caused by something you can check for, your cholesterol screening, and specifically your APO, capital B, protein levels. If your ApoB proteins are high, you need to get them under control. Because if you get them under control, we can reduce your risk of cardiac disease and reduce your risk of second heart attacks. Now I realize that chiropractors and naturopaths and all these people say cholesterol isn't the problem. It is. We know it from tons of data, tons of research. We have the mechanism. I'm happy to bore you with the explanation, but here's what you need to do. One of the tests is to get your lipid levels checked. Your cholesterol, your LDL, your triglycerides, and nobody cares anymore in the real community of cardiologists about your level of HDL or your triglycerides. Those are important, but for the purposes of heart disease, the most important thing is not how your abs look, not that you're eating saturated fat, because that's not really great for you either, but what your arteries look like. And we really don't have good tests to look at the arteries, but we know that if you have a high LDL, low density lipoprotein, or an ApoB, that you're at higher risk for heart disease. And you don't want that. And the new drugs, and there's a whole bunch of them out there, not just statins, but a bunch of other ones, can help you reduce that risk. And you know what? It's easy. You take a pill, you reduce your risk. You take a pill, you go check your lipid levels again, you can see them going dramatically down, and you're feeling better knowing that your body isn't putting in atherosclerosis. I know. There are the carnivore jocks out there who don't think that this has anything to do with it. You know, and what they're doing? They're dropping like flies. Because atherosclerosis is a disease of time. It's laying down plaque time after time after time with high levels of that apoprotein B. It's just a fact. They're going to argue with me. You'll see their things on the comments. In 10 years, I'd like to see them argue with me because we see them all the time in the cardiac cath labs getting their arteries opened back up because they didn't realize that they should be eating less meat and more fish. You should too. All right. Sorry, Gen Xers. You're old. I'm glad you're in shape and working out and doing all those things. But even if you're not, time to get your lipid levels checked. And if you have them high, you need to see a lipid specialist. And if you can't find a lipid specialist in your area, find a preventive cardiologist. And if your doctor says, oh, your HDL is fine, don't worry about it, find an expert. Because we all know the problem with atherosclerosis is your ApoB protein level. All right, signing out. Enjoy your time. Like, follow, share.